EOGs are next week, so starting to run out of time to get some review. Go ahead without a calculator, give that a try. Harry, what you got? No? Alexandra? 542. So, we're dividing. As I said before, if you get a 4-digit number or a 5-digit number, odds are good you got some division in that problem. In this case, everybody's raising the same amount. That money's being split basically between those 16 people. So we got 8,672 divided by 16. If needed, you can always list out your multiples. I'm going to stop there just because I know that's as high as I need to go. But if you list 9 of them, that's the most you would need to list ever, and just repeated addition. In this case, I started with 16. I'm adding 16 each time. So 16 does not go into 8. 16 goes into 86. 80's right here, so it's going to go in 5 times. We subtract. 7 comes down. Goes into 67 4 times. That makes 64. We subtract. 2 comes down. We got 32 right there, so that's 2 times. Ran out of space. We subtract. No remainder, though. Any questions with that? I said listing out the multiples can be helpful. It's not a necessary step always. Sometimes it just depends on the number. More difficult looking numbers, if you're dividing by them, you might want to do it. Easier numbers like 12 or 11, those are, you should be able to probably do without. Try another one. Same idea. We got 16 again. So Ella has 7,808 articles of clothing, packing them into 16 suitcases. Gray, what you got? 488 is correct. So I had 6 of them listed out for 16 last time. I'm not going to bother listing them out this time. But 16 doesn't go into 7. Goes into 78 4 times. We subtract. That's 14. 0 comes down. We got 140. 16 goes into 140 8 times. 8 times 16 is 128. We subtract. That's a 12. If you subtract at any point and you get a number higher than what you're dividing by, that means you screwed up. And you need to change your top number there probably. Or you just messed up on your subtraction. 8 comes down though. We got 128 again. That was the 8. So again, when we subtract, we got no remainder. So 400 articles of clothing in each suitcase. That seems like a lot, but whatever. Math problems don't always work out that way. I mean, they could be really big suitcases. Any questions on that? All right, so this is a little bit different. Ralph earns $10 each week for his allowance. He can use the equation y equals 10. How much money he will earn after X weeks. What does the y represent in the equation? Sydney?
All the money he makes after the week.
Yeah, basically it's his total. So the y is the total amount of money he has or the amount he's made in total. In most cases, most of these equations you see, the y value is going to be like some sort of total. The x is different times a variable. In this case, it happens to be the number of weeks. A lot of times it's a time thing on many of these. You do occasionally see problems like this on the EOG. It gives you like this scenario with an equation and then asks you like what a variable represents or what each one of the variables means. So a little different. This time we need an expression. So George has 15 bills in his wallet. Some of the bills are $10 bills and the rest are $5 bills. He has X number of $5 bills. What expression represents the number of $10 bills George has? Ford?
Y?
Nope. We need an expression. There's only one variable in this. Jacob?
15 minus X equals Y.
I'll take it. Only one variable. So 15 minus X. It doesn't tell us that the number of $10 bills is a variable at all, so we don't have it be like Y equals. It's just looking for the expression. And what we know is he has 15 bills total, and X are $5 bills. Well, if I said he had 15 bills and 5 of them were $5 bills, how many $10 bills would he have? 10. We subtract 15 minus 5, right? So that's all you would have to do for the expression as well. Take the total, subtract the number technically that you know, even though you don't know the variable really. All right, Eric sells donuts for $7 per dozen. Which equation can be used to determine the total cost T for X dozens of donuts? Good news with these is they do typically almost have to be multiple choice. They do have a couple of those where you can click the things and kind of drop down, and pick. But Ford?
A?
A is correct. That was a bad throw. So A is correct. Total cost T. Totals are the Y's a lot of times. We want it to be Y equals or whatever the total is equals. So that means that's where the T equals comes from, okay? Then the other part of it is if we got X dozens of donuts at $7 per dozen, that means one dozen costs $7. Well, 2 dozen would cost $14. 5 dozen would cost $35. You multiply those numbers together, that's what A does. Questions on that?